standing in the Boinks booth with Oliver, oh shoot, I forgot it already.
Breidenbach.
And you're going to talk to us about Boinks software, specifically iStopMotion for the iPad, right?
Yeah, well, you ask and I answer questions.
Okay, so I played around a little bit with it and talked about it on the podcast, iStopMotion, quite a while ago on the Mac. Talk to us just from scratch. What does it do on the iPad? And what's it for?
It's basically doing the same thing it does on the Mac. It's for stop motion animation or time-lapse recording. Stop motion animation is this oldest special effects technique used in movies. They used it to animate the gorilla that's on the Empire State. What's that name again?
And King Kong.
King Kong, right? Yes, that's it. I'm a little bit jet lagged. There's a lot of stop-motion movies still being made for the big screen, and the most recent is Pirates by Aardman Animations. And so this is a very popular format, and we've decided to bring it to the iPad and make iStopMotion for the iPad, which is a neat little package to do it all in one, right? You don't have to have a separate camera because you can use the built-in camera. And you just the way it works is that you just have to switch off the time lapse here for a second, take single shots. So you take a picture and then you move stuff around. And for the sake of I'm moving the camera a little bit, which is kind of like lame, but
sort of the opposite. But right,
exactly.
So you would move your
stuff,
figurine or what around, and then just take another shot.
Yes, and then take another shot. And the most important thing, if you do this, we did that as kids with the Super 8 cameras in the garden, right? But the most important thing is that you get to watch it right away. So for kids, that's very important. You just press the play button, and it plays, right? So you don't have to wait until a computer renders something or anything. It's just press the play button and you see what you've done.
It's really fast.
Yeah, it takes a lot of thinking to come up with a program like that, and we got rewarded in January by winning the Macworld Best of Show Award and the Mac Observer Best of Show Award. So, it's quite an achievement.
Definitely. So, what does iStopMotion for the iPad cost?
It's $10, $9.99.
$10. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, very, very, very affordable. If you compare it to a grande latte, it's only two of those.
Not too bad. Now, you also sell iStopMotion for the Mac. What's the advantage of the Mac program over the iPad?
The Mac program is much more sophisticated than the iPad version in terms of your creative possibilities. You can do green screen, you can do a technique that allows you to load in an existing video. For example, you've taken a video of someone doing something and you want to mimic them in the animation. You can have an overlay of that movie and animate to the real person.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you could do your Gangnam Style thing or something with
absolutely.
Gumby.
Yeah, and also you can load in sound and animate to the sound. You can have a foreground and background with the green screen, of course, and that kind of stuff. And we have a tilt shift filter. This is a very nice thing if you do time lapse recordings. And so there's a lot more functionality in the iStopMotion for the Mac than we've got just started. iStopMotion for the Mac has been around since 2002, and we've added stuff. And the iPad version we just released last fall, and so we are still
growing, right?
Yeah, still in the early stages.
No, I thought I overheard you saying to someone that you can actually use your iPhone or iPod Touch as a secondary camera to the iPad.
Yes, you can connect the. We have an auxiliary program called iStopMotion Remote Camera. You can use that both for the iStopMotion for Mac and for the iStopMotion for iPad. So you can turn an iPad, an iPod Touch, an iPhone into a camera for iStopMotion for Mac or iStopMotion for iPad. This allows you to get much closer with the small camera, which has a better optics than the camera built into the iPad as well. You get to move it much closer to your scene because this device is much nicer and smaller, right? So this is the advantage of having a remote camera.
That is really cool. Now, does that remote application, does that cost extra?
No, that's free.
Yay, something's free.
Yeah.
All right, so where can people find iStopMotion for Mac and iPad?
On our website, boinx.com, boinx.com, and /iStopMotion, and there's the Mac and the iPad version.
Great. Thank you very much for your time, Oliver.
Thank you for having me.